Part two is here. Part two is here. THF Bobo. THF 46 Bobo. Rest in peace. Let me make that clear. THF 46 Bobo. Rest in peace. Let me make that clear. All right. Now, this is part two of our series on the Foia leak paperwork, and we're going through it. If you haven't checked out part one, go back and check out part one because there's a lot of context for you to catch up to. One thing you must do is hit that subscribe button though. Let's hit this subscribe button so I can keep this content coming out to you guys, and helps me feel motivated, to keep bringing this stuff out. All right, jumping right into it. First document we have here is a Chicago Police Department document. It is a criminal history report. This is Ajay David, redacted. He is a male, black, 6'1", 175, eyes brown, hair black, hairstyle, NAT, complexion, DBR. IR number, redacted, SID number, redacted, FBI number, redacted. To the right of his description, they have a photograph of David Ajay, and underneath of his photograph, the officers have wrote offender. Underneath of offender, they wrote shooter. And there's a photograph of him there as well. And this is David Ajay. His date of birth is month and day redacted. Year is not. It is 1991. Age is 29 years. Place of birth, Illinois. And scrolling on down to his aliases, pretty much the same name. Not like the Ricky Anderson guy from our last video who had multiple aliases. I think he had like a Williams last name at one point too, which is very interesting. Scrolling down, this is just a criminal report for David Ajay. As I mentioned before, I really don't go through these. If you want, you can definitely slow this video down or pause this video at any time and go ahead and read through this documentation, excuse me. But we're just going to keep scrolling past this to get down into some non-criminal history reports. And this page is redacted. We have more criminal history pages redacted, excuse me. This is the second page redacted. Third criminal page redacted, history page, excuse me. A lot of redacted pages here. Most times I notice when they redact full pages like this, not saying that this is the case here, it's typically when there's a juvenile on the case that they don't want to, reveal a juvenile's personal information, like their arrest history. I'm not even sure you can legally disclose a juvenile's arrest history, to be honest. But got a lot of redaction here, and just scrolling past the redactions. A lot of redactions. I mean, this was a big case, man. I mean, I believe there was about 20 shots or so that this guy took. I mean, rest in peace to him, man. This was a really, really gruesome and vicious gun violent crime. Criminal history report is still redacted. We're getting a lot of redacted pages on this report. A lot of redacted pages. I mean, we're halfway through the document, and we've had majority redacted pages for this one, which is okay, as as long as we're not revealing anyone's anything we shouldn't be. So I don't actually mind the redactions, but in terms of content, it probably isn't the best. But if you guys just bear with me, we'll get down into some content, excuse me. Okay, here we have something that is not redacted, and this is another criminal history report, and it lists Desmond Green. And of course, his IR number is redacted. And if we look to the right, and we outlined Desmond Green in our previous video, and now they have listed underneath of Desmond Green's photo, credit card in offender's vehicle. And this is written by the officer himself outside of typing this report up. And of course, he has a total of 8 arrests and 3 actual convictions, and his arrest history, which we'll scroll past. All right. And now here we are at the Cook County Sheriff's Office Bureau of Intelligence and Investigations. A request for a temporary release of inmate. Date, October 20th, 2021. From Chicago Police Department. Attention, CIID. Temporary release of detainee/inmate. Detainee/inmate name, Ricky Anderson. Inmate identification number, 202-008-29110. Requesting civilian clothes, yes or no? No. Please be advised that Detective J. Lopez, star number 20298, Agency or State's Attorney's Office, Chicago Police Department, Detective Officer, direct phone number, redacted. Requests the temporary release of the above named inmate pursuant to 730 ILCS 125/19.5. This request is made in regards to the investigation of homicide investigation interview as an offender. It is requested that the above listed detainee/inmate be released. To Detective J. Lopez, star number 20298, on October 22nd, 2021 at 0900 hours. The above listed detainee inmate's next court date is November 16th, 2021 and 0900 hours. The location is Criminal Courts Building. The above listed detainee/inmate will be returned to CIID BII unit no later than August 22nd, 2021 at 1200 hours. Detainee must be returned within 48 hours or release. Approved by, redacted, 847. Telephone number, redacted, approved by, printed, Sergeant Kevin Williams. Star number 847. Supervisor rank, Sergeant. Fax number, redacted. Release of liability. I hereby acknowledge as an authorized agent of the law enforcement agency of State's Attorney's Office listed below that Cook County Department of Corrections detainee Ricky Anderson, Cook County Department of Corrections identification number 202-008-29110, will be released to the custody of Detective J. Lopez, number 20298, pursuant to 730 ILCS 125/19.5. It is the specific intent and purpose of this instrument to release and discharge the Cook County Sheriff's Office from liability, and that the sheriff shall not be liable for injury of any kind, including but not limited to death, to either the detainee/inmate release or to any third party that occurs during the time period that the detainee/inmate in the custody of the law enforcement agency or the State's Attorney's Office, unless the sheriff or deputy sheriff, correctional officer, lockup keeper, or county employee is guilty of willful and wanton conduct that proximately caused the injury. In consideration thereof, I and Chicago Police Department authorize and give to the law enforcement agency, Sheriff of Cook County, the release of liability, and will release and hold harmless and forever discharge the Sheriff's Office of Cook County's, its agents, servants, employees, officers, insurers, successors, and assigns, and each and every one of them form any act that resulting injury of any kind or liability from all actions, causes of actions, claims, demands whatsoever, whether or not well founded in fact or in law, damages, judgments, claims, and demands at law or in equity that occurs as a result of taking custody of the above named detainee/inmate from the custody of the Sheriff's Office of Cook County. As an authorized agent of the law enforcement agency or the State's Attorney's Office listed below, I have read this release of liability in its entirety and understand all of its terms. I have also executed this instrument voluntarily and with full knowledge of its significance. Underneath of that is a signature field that is redacted. 847 is not. Date, October 20th, 2021. Name printed and rank of supervisory rank is Sergeant Kelvin Williams, star number 847, Chicago Police Department. Documents received is redacted. Number looks to be 6141, and the date is October 22nd, 2021. Illinois State Police DNA Database Sample Status, Saturday, May 26, 2018. 6:22 a.m. Name, Ricky Anderson. Date of birth, redacted, month and day, 1989 for the year 29. Race, black. DLC number, blank. SID number, redacted. Collection agency, Cook County Sheriff. Boot camp. Collection date, January 22nd, 2008. Kit number 248297. Receive date, January 23rd, 2008. Underneath of that, the officer wrote, with his own handwriting, offender. Scrolling down to the next page, we have another arrest report, and this time we have an individual listed as the offender. Excuse me. His name is Dorsey Kendrick L. His residence is 8218 South Woodlawn Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60619. He is a male, black, 5'7", 220 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, natural hairstyle, medium brown complexion. Age 25, POB, Illinois, which is potentially place of birth, armed with unarmed. Incident, arrest date, October 14, 2021, 12:30. Location, 8218 South Woodlawn Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60619. Code 303, sidewalk. Holding facility, District 002, male lockup. Resisted arrest? No. Dependent children? No. Charges, offense as cited, 720 ILCS 5.0/9-1-A-1, murder, first degree, class M, type F, victim, Belmont Kamari. Felony review denied October 15, 2021, 1900 by Estrada State's Attorney's Office. Recovered narcotics, no narcotics recovered. No warrant identified. Going down to the next document, it lists victim, name, Belmont Kamari. Residence is redacted, male, black, date of birth January 19th, 1994, age 27. Injured, yes. Deceased, yes. Hospitalized, no. Treated and released, no. Going down to the next page, there seems to be copies of the previous arrest reports. Okay, we have one here. Arrest reporting, numerous gunshot wounds to the body resulting in his death. Comments, numerous gunshot wounds resulting in his death, pronounced by ambulance 69 at 23:57 hours on March 6, 2017. Arrest vehicle, no arrestee vehicle information entered. Confiscated properties, there's an inventory number 14991718, description, prisoner personal property. And we have an incident narrative, event number 17360, redacted. In conjunction with Area 1 detectives, in summary, above arrestee Kendrick Dorsey was placed into custody for the above charges in that he was positively identified by witness as an active participant in the shooting death of Kamari Belmont on March 6, 2017, /23:43 hours at 3330 South California, reported under RD number JA177720. Arrestee was located, his identity verified, and he was placed into custody without incident and transported to Area 1 for further processing. Name check clear, no warrants, no alerts, not on GIP or TRAP. Subject is on Cook County Electronic Monitoring. Investigator Avelis, number 6270, notified. Hold for EM, not a BWC incident, gang affiliation, Young Money. Court info, desired court date, blank, branch, blank. Court sergeant handle, no. Initial courtroom date, blank. Another document we have, and this is the arrest reporting for Kendrick Dorsey. Attesting officer I hereby declare and affirm on the penalty of perjury that the facts stated herein are accurate to the best of my knowledge, information, and or belief. And they have an attesting officer, and it is redacted next to that, which I imagine would be a signature. And the date is October 14th, 2021 at 15:47. Scrolling down to the next page, we have the arrest processing report for Dorsey Kendrick. Holding facility, District 002 male lockup. Received in lockup October 14th, 2021, 16:12. Prints taken October 14th, 2021 at 16:31 hours. Palm prints taken, yes. Photograph taken October 14th, 2021, 16:18. Released from lockup October 15th, 2021, 19:57. And next to that, we have transport details listed, 2PO. Lockup keeper comments, October 14th, 2021, 16:15. Foot Lawrence A, redacted, monitor on left ankle. October, the day is missing, 2021, 0917. Harrison Dino R, made phone call at 9:25 a.m., was answered, redacted. Emergency contact, name, redacted, residence, redacted. No visitors logged. Movement log, released by number 893, Beavers Jr. James E, October 14th, 2021, 1619, District 002, male lockup. Received by number 20298, Lopez Jorge L, on the 14th at the same time in Area Central. Received by number 893, Beavers, October 14th, 2021 at 2026. So this is about 4 hours later. And District 002 male lockup. Reason, taken up to area for further investigation. Return to lockup. All right, we have some comments, some watch commander comments. And it says on October 15th, 2021 at 1950, record updated at 1950 hours, released without charging, ASA, declined to approve felony charge due to lack of lack of witness cooperation and lack of positive identification. Number 893, Beavers Jr. James E, redacted, October 14th, 2021, 1611. And released without charging, record updated at 1950 hours, released without charging. ASA declined to approve felony charge due to lack of witness cooperation and lack of positive identification. And they have the arrestee personnel. The approval of the release without charging came from this person here on October 15th, 2021. And this is David Agi we have on an arrest report. And they have his residence as listed 8329 South Langley Avenue, number 2 in Chicago, Illinois, 60619. And we have his information from previous reports, so we should be good there. Arrest date for him is October 15th, 2021, 10 o'clock. Location 8007 South Cottage Grove Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60619. Code 280. Police facility / vehicle parking lot. Holding facility, District 002, male lockup. Resisted arrest, no. Offense as cited, murder first degree. Victim, Belmont Kamari. Felony review, denied, October 15th, 2021, 1900 hours. Estrada, State's Attorney's Office. No narcotics are recovered. No warrant identified. Going down to the next page is a copy of the previous arrest report that we had. We have arrest report, injuries, gunshot listed. All right, and down to another arrest report for Ajay David. Numerous gunshot wounds resulting in his death. Comments: numerous gunshot wounds to his body resulting in his death, pronounced by ambulance 6/9 at 23:57 hours on March 6, 2017. I think they're referring to THF Bobo in this instance here. All right, and they have some confiscated property, some prisoner personal property, and prisoner money. Actually, he had money at the time. All right, and we have an incident narrative. Event number 17360, redacted. Conjunction with Area 1 detectives in summary. Above, arrestee David Ajay was placed into custody for the above charges in that he was positively identified by eyewitnesses, cellular data, and DNA evidence as an active participant in the shooting death of Kamari Belmont on March 6, 2017 at 23:43 hours at 3330 South California, reported under RD number JA177720. Arrestee was located, his identity verified, and he was placed into custody without incident and transported to Area 1 for further processing. Name check clear, no warrants, no alerts, not on GIP or TRAP. Subject is on parole. IDOC notified Tiffany at 10:46 hours. No warrant to be issued. Redacted. Not a BWC incident. Gang affiliation. Young Money. Arrestee has $714 US on person. Inventory numbers 149-92123, 149-92129. Given receipts. All right. And scrolling down to the next page, it's just arrest reporting for the arresting officers. We have a copy of the arrest processing report. Says he was received in lockup. David Ajay was received in lockup on October 15, 2021. All right. And it seems David Ajay also has a movement log here in which he was released by a Murphy Judith, on October 15, 2021 at 12:28 from District 002 male lockup. Received by Lopez Jorge on October 15th, 12:28 at Area Central. Received by James Beavers Jr., October 15th, 2021, 13:28, District 002 male lockup. Moved out of lockup, moved out of lockup to detectives for investigation, returned to lockup. In here they identify the watch commander comments, and they state record updated at 1950 hours, released without charging. ASA declined to approve felony charge due to lack of witness cooperation and lack of positive identification. All right, scrolling down. The next arrest report we have is Anderson Ricky, and his residence is listed as 7334 South Dante Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60619. His date of birth, month, day and month is redacted. Year is not 1989. He is a male, black, 5'10", 180 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, braids hairstyle, medium brown complexion. March tattoo, Brianna on left wrist. Tattoo, Kaya with money symbol and broken heart on right wrist. The arrest date was October 22nd, 2021, 7:58. Location 2600 South California Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60608 281. Jail/lockup facility. Holding facility, District 010, lockup. Resisted arrest, no. Charges, offenses as cited: murder in the first degree. Victim, Belmani Kamari. Victim and complaint named Belmani Kamari. Male, black, date of birth January 19th, 1994, age 27. Injuries, gunshot. The next page. We have Ricky Anderson arrest reporting comments: right hip, left back, left leg in check resulting in death. Comments: ambulance 69 on scene and victim pronounced at 23:57 hours under log number 1921. Incident narrative, we'll read that. Event number 17360, redacted. Working in conjunction with Area 1 Detective Division, redacted had a conversation with Detective J. Lopez at number 20298, who related Anderson Ricky was positively identified by eyewitness, cellular data, and DNA evidence as an active participant in the shooting death of victim Belmont Kamari on March 6, 2017 at 23:43 hours at the location of 3330 South California Avenue, documented under RD number JA177720. On today's date, arrestee was writ out of Cook County Department of Corrections for charging and processing. Name check clear, no warrants, no wants, no warrants. And this is the attesting officer who signed him out. This is where he is being held, and they have a redaction underneath of that. All right. And we have watch commander comments from a different watch commander, this time on October 22nd, 2021 at 12:40. Per Detective Lopez, number 20298, beat 5114, charges against subject were rejected by ASA Estrada at 12:31 hours due to subject not giving a statement and uncooperative witness. Subject will be released without charge at this time. Subject is a writ from CCDOC 26/California. Subject never entered the 010th district, never observed by or spoken to by approving personnel. Subject was processed by evidence technician T. Amaro, number 14302, beat 5813 at 10 o'clock hours. These are the people who searched him upon his exit and probably re-entry. The next document we have is a morgue report for the supplementary report, and this was submitted on March 8th, 2017 at 10:59. This is a field investigation morgue report. They have victim Belmont Kamari, and they have suspects as unknown, 2 unknown suspects. One listed as male, wearing a top, black and red jacket, and they don't know what the other was wearing, or any description for that matter. Victim injuries: Belmont Kamari, gunshot wound, firearm, type unknown, extent fatal, injured by offender. Chicago Fire Department provided first aid. CFD responding unit, ambulance 69. The vehicle info: automobile 2011 Dodge Avenger sedan, 4-door. VIN is listed, years 2011, color top bottom, blue. Description: approximately 20 to 21, bullet holes. See narrative. Owner redacted, possessor/user redacted, license redacted. Expires December 2017. There's a second automobile, 2017 Chevrolet Traverse, hardtop, 4-door. And this VIN is listed, the year is 2017, the color is white on white, and the description: damage from accident, bullet hole on driver's side door. Excuse me. Death information for Kamari Belmont. Date of death, March 6, 2017. 23:57 hours, pronounced by telemetry on March 6, 2017. Then they have autopsy information, and the cause of death is multiple gunshot wounds. Scrolling down, they list the vehicles damaged again. Excuse me. And now they list the witnesses, and the name is redacted, 47 years, date of birth redacted, residence redacted. The second witness name is redacted, female, black, 45 years, date of birth and residence is redacted. Next witness name redacted, male, white, Hispanic, 23 years, date of birth and residence redacted. Next witness name redacted, male, white, Hispanic, 25 years, date of birth and residence is redacted. Other individuals involved redacted, family member notified redacted. Residence is redacted. All right, and so we get, excuse me, we have an investigation, and we will start at JA17770, excuse me, ME2017-0114, Unit 610, on March 7, 2017, Dr. Powers performed an autopsy on the remains of Kamari Belmont and determined the cause and manner of death to be multiple gunshot wounds/homicide. Dr. Powers unable to correlate entrance and exit wounds at this time due to large number of gunshot wounds. Internal examination, 5 medium caliber projectiles and fragments recovered. Suspect unknown. And here we have, excuse me, the autopsy photograph for THF Bobo, excuse me. And you can see here, I mean, how many bullets this guy took is incredible, man. And as I said before, man, rest in peace to him. And I hope his family has some type of closure at this point. But as you can see, he was literally riddled with bullets. Going down, and this is a second document of the autopsy, identifying where he was shot. The next page is redacted completely, and so is the next page, redacted. Seems to be a little badge emblem here, but the rest of the page is redacted. Underneath of the redaction, it says accident victim and then witness. The detective wrote these words himself. Underneath of that is a redacted block. And then we have a criminal history report that is completely redacted. I'm going to scroll down. And here we have our criminal history report for THF 46 Bobo, aka Belmont Kamari K. And as I said before, I'm not going to read through anyone's previous charges because that's actually not what I'm here to do. So I believe this may take us down to the end of this document. Not 100% sure of that, but man, this was a wild one. I mean, to get out of prison and then be bombarded in such a fashion is almost inhumane. I mean, it's definitely inhumane. Whether there were 2 suspects that did it or whoever, there was a lot of DNA evidence that linked people to this case, but detectives, for some reason, could not get a conviction, or they would not lay a felony charge on these guys without witness cooperation or a statement made by either individual. And neither nor all made a statement. And surprisingly, there was no witness cooperation as well. So, all in all, that's to say, I definitely want to say rest in peace to THF 46 Bobo. As we scroll through, I believe this will be the end of the document. The last pages are redacted, 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 and there is a document that says an investigative file, media content notification. This document is to inform the requester that this investigative file contains media, whether it be digital and or analog in nature, to include but not limited to cassette tapes, VHS tapes, CDs, and or DVDs. This media was not copied at the time the paper documents were scanned, copied, or provided. RD number JA1777720. File contains CDs, DVDs. And that's the end of that. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I will definitely keep bringing you guys more content as I get it. If you have any cases that you would like for me to go through, definitely send in your requests. I'm taking all requests, and I do submit Foias on behalf of people, so that is a thing as well. First and foremost, I just want to say rest in peace to THF46 Bobo, and I hope that his family has some sort of peace. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks. Peace.